What's going on, Cowboy Nation? Yes, it's me, Primetime Phil, and I'm back again. And another week, a redemption week, a week that we can get back on track. And of course, my co-host, GameTime Bryan. GameTime Bryan, how are you feeling after that ramp up from Mark Holmes' channel? He came in just a swinging.
Yeah, I'm in one of the moods tonight. It's probably a lack of sleep. It's like we're playing an opponent that doesn't really do a lot for me, but we need to win, and I think tomorrow is going to be a good day.
I think you represent Cowboys defense in the sense of the frustration, just ready to get shit going. And of course, in the chat we have Gina Thorne. Gina's always representing. Hopefully, you're not on the road, Gina, and you're actually able to enjoy this from the comfort of your own home. But we'll see how that goes. Jake. Oh my God. Jake. Because every time I have to call him Jake, so when I call him Jack, it just doesn't seem right. I call him right, but Jack Meeker, he's here, of course, representing. I love him on Twitter, seeing some of the stuff that he comes up as well too, man. But I appreciate you guys being here. We're going to talk about the Detroit Lions, and I don't know how much really we're going to talk about the Detroit Lions. I mean, because
I would be lying to you if we're going to sit here and break down too much Detroit stuff. It's really about us. And Dak Prescott, I'm glad he's back. And we we need a good game, a win to get everything else behind us. Even though we won the last few. What's up, Mike? Mike Aldana. I don't have to take it, but look what I got, my man. It's ready for my next stupid bet.
Yeah, when he showed me that he had it, I was like, oh, man, I haven't even gotten one. I need to make sure I get one.
I'm a man of my word. My kid did it the other day.
So did you make a bet that if we win, is that what happened?
You were involved in it.
I
think it was Mike.
But this was like the one in Philly, wasn't it? Or, I mean, is this what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no. If we beat the Eagles.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was all ready for that, man. But hey,
I don't want to do it, but I'll do it if I have to.
Yeah, I'm not going to say no to you suffering. But anyways,
you're doing it too, big guy.
Oh well,
sorry.
Where's my chip? I gotta find it. I actually gotta go to the store and find one.
Hey, Angelica, how are you?
So, Angelica, we can see you, Angelica, on our channel. We don't block you, Angelica. So you're always welcome with the FSU and Dallas Cowboys. I'm all for it. So hopefully, as I stick my foot in my mouth, in a couple of months, I'll be like, I don't see Angelica at all. But we are more. What is the main story going into this game? Of course, Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott finally coming back. And you can understand that leading this team, leading the way, is of course this defense. And Micah Parsons was able to really kind of let Dak know that, hey, this is still our show, man. And welcome back, but hey, this is ours.
Yeah. Everybody, it's just weird. It's the league, man. It's what have you done for me lately? And if you're off for a couple of weeks, some people are ready to move on, man. You get a couple of wins and you kind of get carried away. Let's not forget, man. He's our quarterback. 36 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, over 4,400 yards last year. MVP candidate for most of the year. It's Dak Prescott, man. It's not just throw away the first game and. Tomorrow is the first step in rebuilding confidence in this offense and heading towards the playoffs. Hey, Mark Holmes is in the house. What's up, Mark?
Mike says to Bryan, get milk, ice cream ready along. Make sure you're prepared.
Like my son did it. I didn't see him do it, but he was doing something upstairs with a live streaming online on Twitch, and he did it, and he had a little bit of a blue tongue. I'm like, dude, you didn't really do it. Come on, man. You just do it or don't do it.
There was some stuff that I was going to say, and I think Jack just put it right there. You got they elevated McKeon, Watkins, and the rookie running back Davis, obviously. And that's a great thing. Of course, Rico Dotto. Rico Dotto, obviously, he's out. It's just, I think this is something that's just going to kind of follow him. He's a tougher runner, but it's just like, where are you getting hurt at, man? You're getting hurt on practice? Like, you can't fell off the bench. What's going on, dude? So I'm interested to see what Davis is. I think in the beginning of the season we were a little worried about him walking and some other team picking up. So he'll be a good relief for like a Tony Pollard. What do you think about these three guys, especially McKeon? I think McKeon could definitely play a role.
I like McKeon, and I don't know why. I was hoping that we would have done something with our D line so we could keep Jake. We could keep.
Basham, right?
Ridgeway.
Ridgeway.
I wanted to keep Ridgeway, but now we're bringing up the D tackle Watkins. He was elevated.
You forgot
Matt,
that. I forgot about Watkins, honestly.
Yeah, he was elevated. So, I don't know. I keep hearing rumors that they're going to make a deal, but Watkins actually played good at Philly, so he's elevated. But Matt, Let's Go has been put on IR and his season is over. Our rookie left tackle, so he's out for the year. Hey, Stacy, Roland Reviews is in the house.
Yeah, she's. If you've ever watched, I don't know if you ever watched Roland's stream.
I did once,
she got some deep
and then
stuff.
I went on again, and it wasn't her. It was somebody else. It was, I don't know who it was, but yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, man, they have some things you just recently was at a plantation and everything as well too. So it was definitely one of those beautiful, sadness kind of stuff. So you see the history and everything, but it's sad history. But anyways,
sometimes that's good.
Let's circle it back around. But anyway, so we're right back to what Dak Prescott. And I think the return of Dak Prescott also probably means the return of Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz, kind of went into the FBI witness protection program, and we haven't seen him since. So hopefully you'll see him pop his head, and you could probably see him definitely if he's in your fantasy, I definitely would put him back in.
Well, he didn't do much. Yeah, but Dak only played the one game.
Yeah.
So,
exactly. Yeah, and that's what you were going to jump
on.
I've seen.
I like our young guys, and I like Dalton. If we want to go where we want to go, we're going to need Dalton Schultz. So hopefully he's ready to grow.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
I'm going
you,
to check it out.
And thank you, Angelica. Yeah, I was working a little bit on this. I liked it. I liked what I was doing. I had to show it off to Bryan. I was like, look what I did.
Well, I can't see nothing. I just see your dome. That's all I see.
Yeah, that's all you need to see.
So I'll see it afterwards.
But I'm excited to get into this game. Even if Dak Prescott, we talked about it on Mark's channel in the sense that he doesn't need to just come out and start slinging it. I hope he doesn't feel like he needs to prove anything to the league. That's gonna be my hang up. It's just I don't want him to come out feeling like he needs to throw it, shove it in down the field, and then all of a sudden the interceptions come because you know how this team does when they try to force the ball.
That's all Kellen Moore though. But you know what? I think James Nooks said something. My dog's trying to get up here, but then she's just teasing me. She's crying. But
maybe she
just hope Kellen Moore
say.
doesn't want to drop back and throw the ball 30 times. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Yeah,
let's run the ball, establish the run, play action, and go from there. Let our defense eat. I would like to get up a couple scores and put Detroit in a situation where they have to throw the ball because that's where we want them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because I think Detroit's going to have some success tomorrow. So people need to.
Well,
they've had 2 weeks to prepare.
Is Swift playing? Because I saw that he was limited.
Yeah, he's limited. Run, Forrest, run.
Probably a game time decision.
Yeah, I would say he's going to play, but that's just me being pessimistic. I think he'll play. He's had 2 weeks. If he's not playing now, that's pretty bad, right? If he hadn't played in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But regardless, they have plenty of guys there that could
definitely
run the ball. So
I'm definitely with Jack. With Angelica, we got to run the ball. We can't get away from that. We got to let it establish. You know how Dak is amazing at the play action, bootlegging. I'm interested to see some of that. Get him on the run. Sorry, wow. Get him on the run a little bit and just kind of get him in a comfort zone, and so get this defense a little bit off. Where they have to rely. You saw last week. Obviously, those defensive ends were crashing, really trying to get to Zeke because obviously Cooper Rush was not a threat to run it downfield, even though the field was just wide open.
He wasn't a threat at all.
Yeah, and so. Having Dak come back, I think the only hesitation that I have is that since the injury, and I do not blame him, is, he's not ran as much, and again, it's just this offense is. I think it's kind of. He hasn't had that element to the game, so you have seen this offense really be sluggish with him not being able to pull that ball and run it. I've seen some 3-and-outs where you would have seen Dak in the past. Wow, man, I am really gonna roll in the past. Kind of run for that first down. So I mean, you're not seeing it. Whether it's last year or this year. I mean, we only have one game to go off of it, and it was a really tough defense.
Yeah, do you know what I want to see? I want to see Zeke get like 130 yards. If I had to pick how I wanted the game to go, I want to see Zeke have a really good game, and that's only going to open up stuff down the field. Get everybody involved. It just seems like we're stagnant now. We're winning, even though we lost last week, but yeah, we had won. We're on a roll. We need a game where it's out of question, and I think Detroit will score some points. You just don't want to get down 14-0 and have to throw. I think Detroit's going to be able to move the ball, but maybe not. I mean, it all depends how mad our defense is. They may be so mad that they don't want to give up nothing like the Atlanta game last year. So we shall see. It's not a game. There's going to be like a slight letdown anytime you play an NFC East rival on the road, and then you're coming home against a team that everybody's saying you're going to win. There's going to be a letdown, but I don't think it's going to.
I am going to jump real quick. I have to jump real quick because we have Angelica that says that I think Turpin is going to get one tomorrow. And I say that because I made this amazing graphic because I thought Turpin was going to get one as well. I can feel this right now where like, and nothing at the Detroit is telling me that this is going to happen. But, I do. I feel like Turpin's going to be able to finally bring one back. And
Turpin time.
And so this is, I made this nice little graphic because I really honestly thought that he was too. And
so you made it basically for Angelica. That's
for Angelica.
Nice.
Angelica, nice. Congratulations. You're dictating how this...
You got yourself a graphic. No, yeah, I've been calling for it. He had it. Actually, looking at the All-22, the opening kickoff that he returned and fell over his own feet, it was wide open.
Yeah,
he might have had it. He might have had it in that one. It's going to happen. He's literally one of the best returners. He's like, I think overall he's number 3, but like he does them both. Not like most teams don't have the same guy doing punt and kick return.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a great signing. I hate to say it, but
it was a great.
It was. Did the right thing.
It was. It really was an MVP of that league. Whether you take that league seriously or not, I mean, being an MVP, the top person of a league in general, the fact that people weren't just rushing to sign him. I think that's what's kind of shocking a little bit. So I'm with you, Angelica. I think this will be the game. I just was feeling it too, so I was like, I feel it so much. I'm gonna make a overlay of it, and I was just gonna kind of go and segment into it, but Angelica's like, not in my house.
Not in my house.
So
Jack Meeker, Mike is pissed. Detroit is in trouble. Jeff is a walk. He's a walking dead man.
I like it. I like
dead man walking. Yeah. I agree. It'll be interesting to see what happens because I could see one hand where we just shut them down, but they have 2 weeks. I think they can put a drive together.
Figuring out what happened.
Score some points.
Yeah,
I think the end score is not going to dictate what the game was. But listen, man, they were even after the bye, Jack, they lead the league in scoring, even with the bye. Even with the bye, not playing last week, they're still, I think, tops in the league in scoring. That's impressive. So they're going to score some points. So hopefully we can get up on them. Rolling. I wish that Micah could take a couple of games off to heal properly. I hope that he can stay healthy. Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is get him to the bye, and that bye is going to do wonders. But we still got 2 more games.
Yeah, and I mean,
that's why I said if we can run the ball,
if you can get ahead
of the defense on the sideline, that's what you want to do. You want to win, use them, but not abuse them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. I mean, there's Micah. if you can get ahead of these next two games, you got Chicago, of course, after the Detroit Lions. So I mean, if you can get ahead and then you can allow Micah to kind of rest, and then going into that bye week, I mean, that would be a heck of a strategy going into it. So there's opportunities. I mean, it's not like when Micah comes out, you're having it was like a couple of years ago where you don't know who's coming in, and you're a little bit fearful of not having it. It's like, okay, now
There's my dog.
Like, let me say some stuff here. But yeah, man, I'm interested to see Dorrance Armstrong as well too. I mean, Dorrance Armstrong wasn't on my radar. He has done some stuff in the past. He's always
Dorrance
had that.
is killing it.
But Dorrance is definitely making an impact, and I mean, and the fact that he's doing it with the amount of snaps that he's doing, he's getting pressure. I mean, obviously we all understand that Dorrance is not the best when it comes to the running game, but everything else, I mean, he's making an impact on the field, and I think that's where a lot of fans, they fault Diggs. Oh, Diggs is giving up all this other stuff, but he's getting us into position to score because he gets the ball, he smacks it away, and to be a corner and not get beat at some point, that's just unheard of. I mean, even when they everybody loves the big Revis Island, but he was still
Revis.
he was still getting beat.
He was good. Yeah, he was good. Yeah, I would think if we can get up on them, I think Diggs can get one tomorrow. It's one of those games I think is going to be. Yeah, I mean, our turnover battle is. I mean, we lost the turnovers. 3-0 last week. We need to get started because we're really in the 20s as far as generate turnovers. It's weird how year to year. Last year we were far and away. We were the best team in creating turnovers, but this year not so much. So we need to get to creating turnovers. I think how that's going to happen is getting a lead, running the ball, putting pressure on the other offense to have to throw, and let the dogs eat or the Lions eat.
I'm trying to figure out. I think my time.
Dak's making an impact with limited playing time, Mike Aldana. Jack Meeker.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, he's
Dorrance
saying Dorrance
Armstrong
Armstrong.
Is
Armstrong.
big. Expect him almost to block punt every game. That's pretty scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, these teams look at the film and they see that this guy. It's obviously a scheme. They're taking advantage. They're looking at the other team, taking advantage of how they're scheming up him open. It's not like he's beating his guy every time. One time he came in unblocked, or he was blocked, but not very well.
I mean, it's definitely
taking
a scheme. They knew that the center was new, and so they took advantage of that right there. So I mean, Dorrance Armstrong, when you look at, and I hate to bring this thing up, but PFF, he's definitely he's definitely making an impact, and so I mean, it's got to say something, especially when you're a guy that's not, nobody's jumping out and trying to find Dorrance Armstrong jerseys. They're not like Micah where it's they're all sold out. I don't know where to get one.
Right.
So, I mean, the fact that he is making the impact that he is, I mean, that's amazing. And but I think that says a lot about this defensive line. I mean, there's a lot of people like that, not probably making as big of an impact, but even small guys like Osa Odigizua, I mean, he's not making those big, huge plays except for once or twice, but he is definitely still making an impact. So you see that with a lot of the guys in this defense. So, put it all together, and it's been amazing to watch. And again, like you said, and you brought it up, they took it personal last week, and they should take it personal, Micah being from PA.
They were upset with themselves.
Yeah, even Dan Quinn. I mean, you could always make the excuse, well, our offense put us in a position for them to score. You could say all that, but that wasn't the case. They were just pissed that they allowed it.
The bottom line is you came all the way back to 20-17. You had to stop one drive, and the Eagles went right down the field. That was frustrating. That's what Dan Quinn's not happy with, and you're going to see it tomorrow. Darlene Mosher, I think that the Dallas Cowboys need to start off with one, then maybe
second
slowly bringing in the rest of our whatever Prescott get the rest off to start passing the ball. Barr and Fowler have been
featured editions.
Great additions. I'm
watching them tomorrow. And he's right. Fowler's definitely made an impact to me. Barr's been out of position here and there, getting kind of caught.
Yeah, Barr just got a lot of work to do.
But definitely an upgrade.
Fowler's played great, other than that damn stupid penalty where everybody watching knew what the Eagles were doing. They were trying to just get you to jump off sides. Remember on the 4th down play?
Yeah.
That was frustrating, man. That cost us 7 points. Think about stuff like that. They went and got a touchdown after that.
When I look at linebackers, I mean, like we have a linebacker here. Obviously, the man Aiden over there. So I mean, no linebacker can hold up to his caliber over there.
Yeah,
moving
my
up.
buddy Aiden Morales Ford. Yeah, he's a little big man. They call him little big man.
I like it, man. He got his linebacker stuff going. He's ready to hit. I heard he moved up.
He reminds me of the Hard Knocks, because we're playing Detroit. They were in the Hard Knocks. They have a linebacker, Malcolm Rodriguez.
So let me get this right. Let me get this right. Elena Walker. Only because Lane went out equals the comeback, and the only reason why you were up ahead is because Dak Prescott was out. So you want to use that? We can use it as well. So I mean. It's not. I can't use Dak, but you can use Lane. Like you guys can use Lane. So that's what I'm saying. Get out of here with that. You understand that you guys are in trouble, and that's why we don't. Congratulations, guys. You guys go into the bye week. You should feel very good about yourselves.
And that's great.
That's it. But don't come in here like that. That was the reason.
Injuries are part of the game. Like we're not. We're gonna accept a loss. It is what it is. Dak wasn't there. We lost. There's not 100% sure that we would have won, but. If Dak was there, but Dak is beat you guys 7 times out of 10.
Yeah, so he did.
He owns you guys, so we'll see, man.
So we're talking about use that last year. I mean, you guys used that last year as well. I mean, you guys got beat really badly in the second half of the year, and you said that all your backups and stuff. Yeah, that's fine. We beat you, your backups, whatever. Like I know that we're gonna probably face each other 2 more times this year. And
probably 2 more times, Alana.
If you want to run your mouth about the games, that's go ahead. Go ahead. But I want you to return as well when it does not go for you like that. So, I mean, just be the person to also come back. I mean, I'm all for you guys. You guys won. You guys' offensive line is definitely a lot better than what it's been.
It's hard to say anything. You guys won the game. You're 6-0.
Your defense did very well against, hey, Cooper Rush is doing really well, and you guys stop him on his momentum. So, again, there's some props to be given. But don't turn around and think that we're not a better team with Dak in the lineup. We are a better team with Dak in the lineup. We're a better team when we run the ball, but that doesn't mean that that's going to happen as well too. We haven't Kellen Moore.
Dak set a franchise record, Alana, last year with 37 touchdowns passes and 10 interceptions. That's a record. No Dallas quarterback has ever thrown that many touchdowns. So to say that didn't have an impact on the game last week, that is not true. But that's part of the game. You guys won.
Yeah,
Lane Johnson. We don't have our left tackle.
We don't have Tyron Smith. It's like we understand.
There's a lot of ifs and buts for candy and nuts, but I was proud of the guys the way they fought back. That I wanted to win. I didn't like how listen. Congrats. But one win does not make a year, and I hope that the team isn't.
I'm not going to deny
for the one win because that's a long season left.
But I'm not going to deny that, there was some definite troubles within the offense once Lane Johnson went down. But we knew this. Lane Johnson, if he wasn't going to play, I'm gonna screw up the name because I know it. Malaka? Man, I can't get it. Their tackle.
Jordan Mailata.
Mailata. There you go. If he was going to be out, that was going to be huge. So we totally get it, man. It's just like when you have people out, it's going to affect. So, and I knew, that going into this game, I definitely thought, Cooper Rush was going to do better managing the game, but he didn't manage shit other than managing to turn it over. So
it's like he can't play until he's down, and we're all saying this guy stinks. He can't play, and then all of a sudden he makes some great throws. The fact of the matter is, we needed him to make some throws at the beginning of the game. There was plays to be had.
There was
the middle of the field was wide open.
Yeah,
he was overthrowing people. Yeah, what are you going to do about that?
And if you look at last year as well, too, I mean, you have to think that the Eagles did the same thing as us in the same. You started resting starters, and we did that same thing. And I mean, when you came to the playoffs, man, we looked bad.
I would say this. I don't. Yeah, looking at the of how it's gonna go, I hope the Eagles keep doing what they're doing. Now, me and DMV over Marks. He was like, I want the Eagles to win. It was against the
Yeah.
Cardinals. He's like, I want them to win. I'm like, listen, man, they're a division team. Just looking at the landscape, you don't want them to keep winning because it's going to be hard to catch them. If nothing else, is they have
a really good schedule.
Is ridiculously.
They really do, yeah. So I mean, but it makes sense.
It's not their fault.
No, it's not their fault.
It's not their fault. They're going to win their games, but you never root for a team. It always comes back to bite you. Oh, we can let them win this one.
So Darlene's right.
Why you can.
So we're going to interrupt here because Darlene is right. Who cares about the Eagles and their fans? It's all about the Detroit Lions now tomorrow.
Yeah, we need to move
about
forward.
The Lions. So you're right. You are right. You are correct. So let's move forward in the sense that will Micah be able to be feasting on other Lions? That's going to be a heck of a question going into this game. Can he get on the rhythm? Because obviously, he's that one guy when they look on the defense, we need to stop this guy. And whether they put 2 or 3 guys on him, chipping him, doing all this type of stuff, it does matter. So, I mean, he's taking up these blocks, but you need other guys. Where's D-Law as well? I mean, so there's some guys.
Detroit's going to come out and try and do what Philly did and play off of Micah, but they don't have a quarterback who can run the ball like Jalen Hurts.
That's true. That's true.
They're going to try and stuck him in. So hopefully Dallas can scheme Micah to where they can't do that to him. So, and I think it'll be easier because we're not really going to be spying the Detroit quarterback and worry about his every move. He may break one, but, I'm missing all these graphics.
I told you I was working on them. I told you I was working on them. I had some inspiration there. I appreciate it, Angelica. I really do. Honestly, I appreciate that. So I'm excited to see what goes on. How Dan Quinn reacts, how he starts to because you can't just allow Micah to be schemed on, and so switching him around, letting him move around is the only way that you kind of like counter that a little bit. But obviously, it'd be dumb for the offense not to do something to Micah, to want to chip him, do something as well too. So I mean, I'm just really curious how this Detroit, which is a very high scoring team, they don't. Again, you pointed out, I've mentioned as well too that they don't score prior to the bye week against New England Patriots, and look what happens. They're still the second highest scoring team. It's right up there. I mean, that's a little scary to say that you can go a whole what? I mean, I don't even know if they count the bye week by that point. If they count the bye week as well too, and they're still second, I mean, wow, that's pretty crazy. So I mean, their offense is definitely going to score. It's their defense that can't stop anything. And so that's where you hope that with Dak maybe possibly having some rush, this would be the game to come back and kind of start to shake that off and start to light it up. But again, you got to also take on the fact that if he slings it for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, that it is, again, the Lions defense that he's doing that. But it's nice to get in a rhythm. I mean, this is the reason why college teams pay smaller colleges to whoop their butt in the beginning of the season to get them ready for the season. So you're not seeing that much now anymore, but
just piggybacking off of what Glimmerman and Darlene say, you're talking about him having some big time sacks, 3 and 5 sacks each. I need him to have it like a couple games where he's get multiple sacks, just because I said he was going to have 20 this year. So he needs to have some games where he gets 2-3 sacks. He was on the roll for
I feel like he can get 20 in one game. Like sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, like, where does he stand? He's still at I think he's at 6.5 sacks or something, which is still good, but he needs to get some crooked numbers. A couple 2s, a 3. I'll take a 5.
So, okay, so let's jump on to some other parts of this defense, because obviously we could talk about Micah all day, and we could talk about these linebackers and this defensive line, which I have been, again, the defensive line is what I went into the season just very happy.
They put up 30-some against the Eagles, so that's why we're talking about Micah. He's good. He's a big part of why we got to stop them tomorrow.
Yeah, and I want to see our secondary do some stuff. I want to see the safeties, behind Diggs, I think it's just the really big questions. I mean, you got Brown. That's like you don't know what Brown you're going to get going into the game. You got Kelvin Josephs that will just get you like either a penalty or dumb.
He's not
You'll give up
much
something.
Actual time on the field unless there's an injury.
Then you got Bland.
I want to see more Deron Bland.
Yep, there we go. Go ahead. You tell me about Bland. You talk about Bland.
I mean, he's already demonstrated. He has ball skills. He plays the ball. He doesn't let the receiver. It's almost like, Anthony Brown had a good year last year, and I'm not saying they kick him to the curb, but he's not playing with a lot of confidence, and he's trailing the receiver and making sure they don't beat him deep. But there's no play on the ball. There's none. Jordan Lewis is just not having a good year either. Deron Bland is actually one guy who will make a play on a ball. Mm-hmm. He had the one pick in the one game. He's got good ball skills.
Good timing.
We got Hooker behind him. I don't understand why we're not playing the young kid. We know what we got with Lewis, even if it's on nickel. Bring in Bland on nickel. That's fine. That's what I would want.
I agree.
No?
I agree. No, I definitely agree.
I want somebody with ball skills. It can't just all be Diggs trying to get interceptions.
Yeah, well, I mean, it just seems like I'm back and forth. I can be up on this secondary one week, and when I say the secondary, I really honestly am kind of excluding the safeties because I've been liking their play. I've been liking how they've been stepping up, and there's some moments, but everybody has their moments. It's hard to kind of cover back there all the time, but they have so much responsibilities within this defense, But I love seeing them fly around. I'm always excited when I see one of them make a play because I'm just like, oh man, and we keep bringing this back around, but when's the last time you were excited about a safety group at Dallas?
Right.
Now, I don't even know if I've ever been that. I mean, even when you had Darren Woodson, I was always worried about the other side. I mean, when we had Roy Williams, I loved Roy Williams and his hitting, but I was always scared of his coverage skills. So, I mean...
Yeah. Darlene says... I worry about stopping the run. Yeah, I know.
And that's true. And that's true. I mean, you got Swift coming in.
That's why to see Damone Clark. That's a very interesting, decision. What are we going to do? That window is getting ready to close. We better not we better not say, okay, after all this time, we're not going to activate you because they have to make a decision for him to be active for the rest of the year. So I hope to make,
well, that's where you can see Luke Gifford, like you could probably see him be that one because they're always doing that with him, dropping him, bringing him back onto the practice squad, and so you could probably see that if Damone Clark's ready.
What's up, Tay?
So I think that's always a possibility, but there is a lot of people coming back. I mean, there are some people. I'm sorry, but all of a sudden earlier in the week, I heard about James Washington coming back this week, and that was out of nowhere.
About him.
Yeah, and so it sounds like he might be back next week against the Chicago Bears.
About him. He's a guy I would probably bring back after the bye week, but whatever. It doesn't matter. We're playing Chicago next week. I don't think it matters who we have out there.
Jack is right. He's saying Schultz is thanking God that Dak is back. You know that for sure. His contract.
You heard Jerry, Jack. Jerry was surprised. I told you two games ago. He made a business decision not to play because he didn't get that guaranteed money. He's only got the 1 year.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's going to survive on $10 million this year.
Oh, I know. It's you know what the insurances are in a Ferrari, mother.
Yeah. But he just needs to play. That's his thing. Stop analyzing who's your quarterback, and you need to play.
Yeah.
And he sees what we see. He sees Jake Ferguson. He sees Hendershot.
Oh,
There's
man,
room for all of them, man. Just let's go, man. Let's go out and win this year. Worry about next year.
But I'm with a lot of the Cowboys fans. I'm definitely with a lot of Cowboys. 12 personnel. Let's with like Mark Holmes says, let it get personal.
Mark personal. Yeah.
And so, I mean, and this is right down Dak's avenue. I mean, if you're playing and you're looking like you're going to run and you could roll out with some tight ends, Dak loves this. I mean, that would definitely thrive. This offense would definitely thrive. So I would love to see that more. Cowboy Nation would love to see it more. I know other Cowboy content creators would love to see actual running the ball, continuously running the ball, even with Dak is here. I'm hoping that with Dak being gone and what he was watching with Cooper Rush, I'm really hoping that he understands that it's not like previous years where he needs to go and win these games. where the defense wasn't as good, so maybe you needed to do more. This defense has kind of shown that, hey, we can get you an extra drive or two. We can get you maybe 4 or 5 extra drives. So let them do their thing, and I think that's where you hang on to what Mike is saying. You don't have to win it for us. Let's take care of these drives. Let's take care of the football, and everything else will kind of follow. What are you thinking about CeeDee Lamb going into this? I mean, there's always the up and down with CeeDee Lamb, but what are you feeling with CeeDee?
I think him and Dak have a connection. I think it's only going to help CeeDee. Cooper just couldn't give them the ball all the time. I mean, he hit him a couple of times, but Dak will make it a point to get the ball in CeeDee's hands. That's why Schultz is excited, because he knows that's his boy. But I still think we run the ball. I really do. I think we kind of keep it easy.
Yeah.
And maybe do some tempo a little bit for Dak, because Dak excels in tempo. You get him into the rhythm of the game right away. Maybe, you know what I mean? Just let's get him in the game, because that Detroit is going to get some first downs. I mean, I'm predicting they're going to be able to move the ball a little bit early.
Yeah.
So when you get the ball, hopefully we can go down and score, man. I'm almost at the point where, I think all teams defer now. If we win the toss, we're going to defer, right? We're going to let Detroit get the ball. We're going to smash them and then get the ball. Yeah.
I hate getting the ball. I really do. I hate receiving the ball.
Yeah. Everybody gives us the ball. Well, since Dak was out, have you noticed?
I just feel, yeah, that's true. I just feel like the past since that whole Jason Garrett era, I feel like we received the ball all the time, and it just it just really kind of upset me, because this team, how it would always come out, and by the end of that first half, they would let them score, and then the other team was still getting the ball in the second half. So it's just I don't like it. It's just too much bad memories.
Jack Meeker, I think he's talking about
our third rounder may benefit from
Tolbert. Why the heck was Tolbert active, and yet they didn't even attempt to get him in the game? I don't think he was in the game, was he, last week? It's like, we need to get this young kid the ball in his hands. He's a playmaker. Jalen Tolbert is a playmaker.
Yeah, he can be, but I think you just haven't seen anything.
You don't know what you got yet.
Yeah, we haven't really given the opportunities.
He's not going nowhere, but everybody's worried about Washington. You got a Tolbert right there. Get the ball in his hand. I don't care how. Get him in his hand. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, I agree. And I think you hit the head on the nail as well. And I think as Dak comes back, I'm not saying that they have to go out and do this, but let's get Turpin down the side of the field. Let's let him run a 9 route. Let's get him, let him actually kind of go downfield and let Dak take a shot at him. I mean, we saw it in practice where there was guys. I mean, there was 2 or 3 guys in there, and he was still able to come down with that ball. So I'm interested to see what this guy can do if you actually give him a chance to just run down the field, whether you're dragging safeties and corners and oh my God, we all had to take antibiotics after that, to get rid of the clap. But it's
Michael Danner, the clapper, gave us shit last week for picking Philly by picking Philly. I didn't want to pick Philly either. I just saw how it was going.
I think he jinxes us by picking us too. So I mean, I don't think there's any winning.
And Phil always say, I hope I'm wrong. Especially when I pick against my team. Not like picking against your team.
Yeah.
But deep down, I wanted them to win, and they almost came back and won the damn game. So.
Yeah, last week, I mean, when we were going into it, I mean, Bryan was just like, are you feeling positive? Because, I don't want to, deter people from coming on our channel because how much he's going to be so negative.
No, I think we're good tomorrow.
I feel we're great. I feel we're back, very back on track.
This is a handshakes at halftime type of game.
Yeah.
We're going to be, I don't want to jinx them, but I feel real good. I think it'll be, probably within a touchdown at halftime, but I think we're going to do good. I think we're going to open it up.
And Darlene's not wrong when she's talking about.
Look at Dak.
Darlene's not wrong when she said Turpin's one of the fastest guys with the football. Can we throw him a screen at some point? And
I just want the ball in his hands on offense. Why just got to be on special teams?
That's the thing is,
they
Kellen
can't
Moore,
stop him on special teams.
Yeah, Kellen Moore is going to give you the screen here and there. They're going to do the one thing. Why not be him?
They're going to do the damn.
Reverse triple
rounds.
Yeah,
it's like really.
I'm
Get
getting a
the
headache
ball
right now as we're
downfield.
talking about that. Like,
Yeah,
like
I don't mean to.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. I say just because he just, oh my God, you can just get a good drive going, getting first downs, and he's just like,
Let's
no,
get the
I'm not
ball
having any of this
8
crap.
yards behind the line of scrimmage and lose 9.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
That's,
He's like, man, if we continue this, I could lose my job in Dallas and get a head coaching job. I better back it up,
yeah.
like. So again, he's been doing some good stuff, and again, I can't help think that McCarthy has something to do with it. I'm liking McCarthy's attitude going into these weeks. I'm liking the culture that he brings. I'm not. I'm not against Kellen Moore doing all the running because if he's again I don't know if that's what's happening. I don't know if you can give Kellen Moore that credit or Mike McCarthy is vetoing this or that. But I'm interested to see how is he going to come out with Dak? Is he just going to just push it all the way and just go, okay, let's all right, Dak, let's go ahead and just have you sling the ball 30 times in the half and so let's see where we go from there.
Yeah, well, knowing Dak, he's going to get to the line of scrimmage and say, kill, 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 kill. Just start.
So even if Kellen Moore is running the ball, he's going to just say, screw this. This is my show. This is my show, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm interested to see what this offense can do with Dak, of course, going back into the lineup.
I want to see some score predictions.
And I want to see this.
I have everybody's score predictions from last week. I really don't want to run. Yeah, like a lot of you, isn't it, that didn't show up on Monday, to hear,
Yeah, well, I mean, who
right.
wants to hear a loss? When I see the views and stuff, I was like, I don't blame
well,
people.
look, we had our normal, but we got a good group tonight. Yeah, like a little bit bigger group. What are some of the scores for tomorrow? What are you guys thinking?
I like.
I have my pick, and listen, I'll just tell you, I don't know that they're going to score that much, but I think it'll be. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. It might be worse than what I'm saying, but
okay,
I'm in a generous mood.
So right now, I will go ahead and throw mine in before you go ahead and add that as well. I'm going to be with Mark. I'm going to be with Mark.
Nooks. He's got 28.
Yeah, I was going with Mark Hutchton. I'm right there with you. I was thinking Dallas was going to be around 34-13. So that was my score. I think Dallas is going to score 34, and of course Detroit 13. So I don't give them the 2 touchdowns. I always give them that 1 touchdown because Dallas seems to definitely allow that one.
17.
Darlene 35-14, but she didn't say who she thought. But I'm going to assume it's Dallas.
Yeah, it's the Cowboys.
And Angelica has a 28-17. And Mike Donna, if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. 27-14.
Jack Meeker.
Jack, 31-17. That's a nice looking score right there.
Real close to Jack.
Yeah, that's a nice
if that's any indication.
So I'm liking these predictions. We're right around the same thing.
Ford says, "Thanks guys for adding my son to your graphics."
Nah, man, he's awesome. He's amazing.
He's
as I bring him back up.
He can't stand me, but he loves himself some Primetime Phil. He says, "Yeah, watch Prime."
And I got to give him credit, man. Isn't he an Eagles fan?
Like, where's Prime?
Yeah, like that boy.
He don't give a crap about me. He just wants to come over and eat my smoked meats and swim in my pool.
I would too, man. I would too. That's all. That's all the reason why I'm friends with him. So one day I can go and swim in his pool. And so I definitely get it.
Gina Thorne, 34-17 Dallas. I gotcha. I'll go back after this.
Okay, good. I was right.
You look at.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
I was Adana. I was like, I didn't want to. I butchered things here and there, so I will admit that I read it too fast. Jack, I call him Jake. How many times before? At least each time, Brian's there to correct me, so I like that.
I'm like, so like Mark. Yeah, Mark. He used to get upset at me because I was like, I would like correct him when he, That's just what I do, man. So listen, like when I was young, I had a bad stuttering problem. I'll admit it. I remember one time we were at a restaurant and I was like lemon, right? And there was this dessert. It was a lemon chiffon, dessert.
Okay.
And I wanted this damn dessert. But I didn't, like the way they came up, there's no way I was saying chiffon without stuttering really bad. You know what I mean? So my mom's like, well, what's wrong, Brian? I mean, because I was getting upset. And I'm like, I want this, So listen, ever since that, I always try and make sure we're good, So that being said,
You got one
we're
more
gonna
to
go
write.
and
You got one more to write down. You got Cole Cowboys. Cole Cowboys believes
what's it?
Dallas is going to win 42 to 6. Ooh,
Woo!
man,
Wow.
my nipples just got hard. Sorry. That.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah. Well, hey, listen, we're not a kids show, so
Yeah, exactly.
listen,
It's like,
I
did you ever
think.
watch that one with Pat McAfee when they had the kid
Oh yeah,
call?
yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
I
yeah,
laughed
yeah.
so hard because he
Forty
felt so
burger.
bad. Yeah, so.
Noah Brown had 2 TDs. Noah, Dak, and Noah.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
I'm thinking it's going to be around 31-17. Dallas is, and I think Detroit's going to get a late touchdown. Missed the 2-point conversion. Now, funny enough, the line is 6.5. This is literally the first time all year that the Dallas Cowboys have been favored. When was the last time we could say that? Going into week 7, this is the first time that we're favored. The line as of half hour ago was Dallas minus 6.5.
Okay.
And the over/under is 49. I got Dallas winning. Detroit will score late. The final is 31-23.
Nice. Okay.
Cowboys. So I like Cowboys minus the 6.5 and over the 49.
So we have Jay.
I really do think they're going to be able to.
Yeah, I think
what's going on. I really do.
We just got a late score prediction in Jeff SoCal. He thinks Dallas is going to win 30-10. He had 30 to had and didn't have nothing. I was saying that I thought maybe he thought that the Lions weren't going to show up. Even they probably missed the bus. Didn't wake up.
So I don't see anybody that has the Lions. So I guess we don't have any Lion fans in here. Just fine. Is there really any Lions fans out there other than in Detroit? Maybe some Barry Sanders fans.
I have a coworker that he's a Lions fan, and he's been heartbroken enough to feel like even when he sees his Lions, looking pretty good, he doesn't have the biggest hope. And now his Lions, of course, are 1-4, and I don't think that record really says who they are. But I mean, the defense. If you were to say their defense 1-4, I'm like, oh yeah, definitely. So
yeah, I was wrong with the Lions. I expected them to come out. They're just not good on defense.
Yeah,
that's the bottom line. They're not good on defense. They're a good offensive scoring team. Worst case scenario, we give up points and we outscore them. But I think my score might be a little high. I'm just expecting them to.
Well, Jeff,
get a quick score early and then get a touchdown late in garbage time. But I still gave him 23, so it might be a little high. But I think we can with my initial.
I think we can all agree. I think with that whole that whole trade with Matthew Stafford and Jeff Goff, I think we all can agree that the similarity that they have was that they'll give you an interception, they'll give you a turnover, they'll give you some opportunities. Yeah. You just need to be able to take advantage of it. And I think this defense definitely has the squad to take advantage of it. And I think that's what's going to help a little bit as well too. So I want to see everybody make a comeback. I want to see this defense make a comeback. I want to see Turpin even make a nice little comeback for a touchdown, and I want to see Dak's return. Hell of a comeback for getting hurt, and I'm amazed. He's already back as quickly as he was. I mean, we kind of had him coming back around this time, but still,
I just get annoyed when they come out and say, "Wow, he might be ready." Why did they get our hopes up? It's like, just, I'd rather you just say to the team, but that's the way Dallas does stuff.
So and so as we're talking about Detroit a little bit, my favorite linebacker, of course, Malcolm Rodriguez, Rodrigo. He is, again, no Aiden, of course, but
he's no Aiden Morales for it. I know.
But he's representative there. I think that's the linebacker that I look at, and I was just like, man, I wish we could have picked him up later in the round.
I can get Aiden on a good deal, like a futures deal. Oh, Rodrigo.
Rodrigo, yeah, exactly. Gotcha. I think there's like child labor laws involved in there if you kind of try to jump to or tampering or something.
I mean, he's He
So,
likes my cooking. So
there you go. There you go. Just keep it coming there.
Jack Meeker, if a
Defense shuts them.
defense, shuts them out, a
Man,
Quinn defense
I
going to
think
massacre them.
I
Yeah,
think you just made a fact right there. Like that definitely makes sense. I mean, Dan Quinn is definitely no joke when it comes to the defense within this league. And if Belichick's son with a mullet can do it, I think we can expect Dan Quinn to be able
the
to take.
mullet.
Yeah, he has his person. He took it personal, and I think that's good. I mean, what happens? What happens with most of these guys when they get blown out in the league? The next following week, then that's what we were kind of fearful of with some of these games when Cooper Rush had his. You had some of those guys coming off of some high victories, and Cooper Rush was our backup, and so our defense will still be able to take it to him. So I love it. Oh man, James Nook, yes, Hutchinson is their best defensive player. Man, it is right there.
Out of Michigan.
Yeah, I would agree. I would definitely agree. You have
he's
to double
more of a
team.
speed guy, but yeah, he's actually not.
I love his
bad.
attitude. I love his attitude. I love his personality.
A guy like Tyron Smith would be a nightmare for him. But
he might have
Tyler Smith. I mean, we'll say that'll be a good battle because they're going to have him over there. So, that should be. I
think it'll be a good test. Yeah, it'll be a good test.
So. I don't know. Maybe me and Phil. I don't know. Maybe
we're trying to get brave enough to where we're like, because we get into the games and we have different schedules.
Or something.
Yeah, we might end up doing something. So,
I'll let you just know.
But anyways, anything else you want to say before we start to close this out? Because
it's one of those weeks where, Detroit is Detroit. It's not even about that. We already talked about it. It's about Dak. It's about getting back on the winning track. You're getting some momentum. We have two very winnable games. We're right where we want to be, like we thought at the beginning of the season. Let's just enjoy tomorrow. Let's get a dub and roll into the following week where we're playing the Bears. And what's going to happen in that game. Tomorrow's substantially more difficult than the following week.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, man, I'm excited to get Dak back and see an actual offense. And, on Mark's Live, they were talking about, Dallas is in the 20s in offense and yardage. We had a backup quarterback who isn't very prolific in throwing the football. He can be clutch. He can win you a game. He can win you 4 games. But
I think we all know that this defense was the one. I mean, you don't throw somebody out there as a backup and thinking that, okay, he'll make it through the waiver wire.
These numbers, and don't worry about the numbers, people. Our stats will increase now that Dak is back, and our schedule.
I gotta check mine to see if it's here.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm looking at.
So Mark says, "Do y'all think Swift will play?" And that's what we were talking about. I think he's going to be more of a game time decision. If he does play, it's definitely going to be something that we have to worry about. I mean, whether he'll blast the whole game with his defense and stuff. This defense prior to this Philly game, definitely was, that was something to be concerned about. And when you have a top running back like Swift is, and even a great backup in Jamal Williams, those are some good running backs there. So I mean, even if Swift doesn't play, they still have a running back that knows that system, and there's a reason why he's in that system. I mean, he definitely makes everybody play a little bit better. So he's a good backup. He gives everybody energy, and I think that's what your backup needs to do. And I think that's what, for example, Tony does for us with Zeke. I mean, Zeke's pounding, and then you get Tony in there, and that defense may be tired or hitting the hole at a certain time, and that's where you see Tony do his thing. So yeah, I mean, I think Swift is going to be a game time decision. But I didn't see that he was out. He just said that he was limited, and so it was questionable. So I'm
thinking he's going to play. They had a bye week. Regardless, they have they're good on offense. So like I said, let's just get a couple turnovers. Get up big on them. I can see a quick score, a turnover down there. Give me Dak. You don't have to throw for 300 yards. Give me Dak with 230 yards and a couple touchdowns. I'll be thrilled with that. Let Zeke get 100 yards or 80 yards and Pollard get another 60 yards. That'd be fine with me. Yeah. Just no turnovers, please. Let's not turn the ball over. And let's not do stupid stuff. We got a great defense. We're on our own 30-yard line. We don't need to be going for it. You know what I mean?
Darlene's like, can you guys go on later? I got to put on the New York Yankees. Can you guys go on?
Yeah, the Yankees are done. It's 5-0.
Oh, so, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a Yankees fan. Mine is Tampa. I'm a up here, so I mean, we usually when I got into the
Thanks, Weed. You
sports,
can rewatch it, buddy.
I appreciate it. Just getting home, great show. I miss guys. I appreciate it. I love Weed. Even when you guys log in, last 5 minutes or rewatch this stuff,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
it, man. I really appreciate you guys' support. I think, and I know it can sound cheesy with this person saying it, but I really do, man. You guys are amazing to talk to. I love when I jump into chats. You guys are there. We can recognize each other. It's great to have Cowboy Nations. You guys are Cowboys fam. I have no complaints there. I even love it when we disagree on things because that's you guys have changed my mind on people as well too. So I definitely love this community.
Thanks, Ruben.
So I appreciate it. You guys come up with a great live stream all the time. I appreciate it. Mojo member. So I really honestly appreciate the guys. Angelica, Jack, Tay
Thanks,
Cowboys,
Angelica.
JoJo,
Mary
Alvarez, Mary. So
like Phil said, like if we could
Glimmerman.
just,
Yep.
like we enjoy what we're doing. It's, we by no means are we at the level of some of these people, but we enjoy and we just made it a point that every Saturday we're going to be on.
Yeah.
So in 6 months,
So there's some guys
whether I'm
here.
at Mark's, or we're always going to be on. So it's like okay, boom. It's like watching Cheers. Okay, it's on.
Shit, it's
You know
on
what I
right
mean?
now.
That's how.
And I
that's
want to
how
bring
we
some
like
guys. I'm bringing some guys in. I'm talking to like Space Cowboy. I want to bring him in. He might be a little bit later in the show of one of those weeks. Of course, I'm always going to have Cole's Cowboy because that boy knows how to talk. He's just wreaking havoc all the time on Eagles Nation. Anytime I see him on Twitter, he is just giving it to them all the time. So, of course, I always want Cole's Cowboys.
If anybody wants to hop in here, like I know Milk James likes to come in. If anybody's got a webcam, like Mark Hutchinson or Glimmerman or any of the ladies, we will give you a segment because it's always good to put a face to who we're talking to.
Yep,
just
I agree.
to let us know. We enjoy the conversation.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I'm really liking. I really love this community. I mean, we got guys that I don't see on other chats as well too. So the fact that you guys have gone over. I mean, Glimmerman, all those kind of guys. Jack,
leave a comment and
Jack Meeker, you are that main one too.
Phil on Twitter. So
I love Weed anytime. I love Weed started the whole Romo movement for me. So every time I was popping on something, they're Romo. So he definitely has this as well too. So Bill, anything you want to say before we kind of sign out here?
I think we're good, man. You can find me. I haven't done much on my own channel, but as far as I'm concerned, this is our channel. It's Phil's channel, but we're taking the show to
The one guy that I'm excited about.
Heights.
I talked to Kyle Yeoman.
I am getting to my own Game Time, Bryan. Do some shorts. I've been working a lot. Just been very busy, and I just But yeah, go ahead, tell them about Kyle Yeoman.
Yeah, man, I was excited about that. As going into this season, I wanted to do live. I was talking about how much I needed grow cojones and actually just do it. My brother was just like, you just need somebody to kind of feed off of.
Said do it.
And so Bryan was pushing more and more, and I like that because I needed a little bit of a push. Because you can ask if you ever met my girl, she would tell you that she had to push me as well too. So I mean, it was just something that I didn't feel extremely comfortable with, but I knew I needed to bring. So I had my dreams of people I wanted to bring. I wanted to work with guys like Cowboys Corner. You had the Cowboys Blog Net. I definitely love interviewers, guys.
The point of view, as much as I think I'm right.
Kyle Yeoman was one of those guys.
He's right, or James thinks he's right. It's good to hear somebody else go. I didn't really think of that, you know, or nice, you know what I mean.
So I hope to have Kyle Yeoman on here as well too. We've seen him on DMV. He does a lot of YouTube community as well. So you got to give him shots out for that. And I like his point of view.
He's inside the star too, so we'll get a little bit of information coming from the building as much as he can. I did reach out to Jeff Kavanaugh, and he would love to do it.
He's just a busy man. He's got
locked in.
Yeah, he's locked in with his stuff.
Well, he's kind of locked in.
Dude, I
can't really do it.
I love his music. Kavanaugh.
Yeah. Around draft time, I'm going to try and get broadest, but who knows? That radio station that they deal with is pretty strict when it comes to widening out.
Yeah.
There's all these different clauses, so
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm going to have Space Cowboy on here as well too. I mean, he'll be coming in late as well. But there's definitely some guys out there that I've been trying to communicate with. I want to bring on. I want more than just our opinions on here. I think Bryan says it, hits the nail on the head when he talks about it. It's just if you get more people, hopefully it can change some of our point of views as well too. And so we may see somebody that, like a Jerron Bland, where maybe one of us wasn't giving him the credit, and then all of a sudden, you see him kind of doing this thing. So again, I appreciate you guys coming through. I love you guys as a community. You guys are amazing. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that, like on the way out. But I appreciate it a lot. Game Time, Bryan, appreciate you coming on as always and making the time. So hopefully after this game, we'll have Cowboys blog come on with us. We'll see how that goes as well to talk about the game and how it went. Obviously, the day after, Monday at 7 o'clock. So we'll see you there. And we'll close out with, of course, my favorite part, this ending video, guys. So I appreciate it. And don't forget to always ring.
Yeah, that ending video is good.
I got to make a better starting video, but I love this ending video.
No.
Hey! We know each other. He's a friend from work.
What you do, you're like a little screw loose type of guy, and I thought that's how I am. So I'm digging it, big guy. I am.
Who are you? You. No, not me, you. Yes, I am you. Just answer the damn questions. Who are you?
Game Time, Bryan, otherwise known as the mailman here.
Cool name. Superpowers?
Broadcasting from the illustrious Jobu Studio.
Come on, are you gonna tell me who that is?
Primetime Phil, and of course my co-host, Game Time Bryan.
Oh, Jesus Christ, this place is going to explode. $100,000, I don't even need to hear it.